Testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright, I think you got audio now, and you should be able to hear the game already, right? Testing, yeah. Yeah, now JJ says, right here what we have is a game that's pretty on real hardware, and the PAL version doesn't run slower. Nice, John Burton figured out how to compensate. Very nice, Mr. Burton. Thank you, Ghostabird, for confirming the audio, and Gordon Freeman. Wow, and look at all the on-screen celebratory... yeah, so I don't know what happened. What's it called? JJ had said, that must have been scary hearing the fan do that, and then boom. The fan went for like not even 5 seconds. And as I'm hearing it, I'm in that, processing it in real time. I'm like, is that one of my computers? Is that some helicopter going by outside? I hope it's some random thing outside and there's nothing wrong with my computer. And it goes black. The only thing that I would love to be able to trace this back to a specific cause for peace of mind. And I'm hoping that it was because I was running Sonic Frontiers, which is, more graphically intensive than something on the Kega Fusion emulator, and I didn't turn off the preview panel on OBS. I would like to believe... I'll never know if I had the preview panel on or not. I have no way of knowing. Well, JJ says it sounded like a helicopter. Not a helicopter is a bit of an exaggeration, but I was like, is that some kind of fan or propeller outdoors? But then everything went black. But yeah, sorry to hear that Ghostabird had an OBS crash, not once but twice. Hopefully that's the last crash of this here stream. So, let's begin the adventure. I'm gonna load the state again because you can't see the timer in this, but it has been ticking in the background the entire time. And when you get to the end of a level, you see that it says, time taken. Bad passive voice. Do 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 do. That's a great tritone. Do 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 do. Save states. So yeah, I know we're very behind schedule. I'll at least play some of this, but I'll be playing more of this in the coming weeks. 3D Blast. I do apologize for the big sudden crash. In my defense, it wasn't my idea. Alright, Gene Gadget. And we're back. Gordon wonders, yeah, it could be the GPU driver. Yeah, I would be willing to look into that, maybe off stream. But I think those deets are gonna make the field of bad if I try to think about them. Is it just me, or does this look choppy or weird? And it's not just... Let me get rid of the shield. It doesn't look smooth. Is it all in my head? Does it look alright to you guys? I don't know, I played this game a whole lot. Can I destroy this? Or is this just an inconvenience sentry gun? Yeah, JJ says it looks choppy. So, maybe did I mess with settings? I'm so sorry, guys. I thank you in advance for your patience. I have... I wish you could see these settings. Maybe I'll say the settings I have out loud, and hopefully Gordon Freeman 64 can be like, oh, that thing, turn that off. Right now I have perfect sync on. I don't even know what that is. I have the hertz calculation at 44,000 hertz, not 22,000 hertz. Furthermore, I also have Super HQ activated, but I don't know what that is. Oh, and then video. Oh, that's right. That was audio. That's good. All right, but let me now look at video. Oh, I didn't have VSync on. think that looks better with VSync. Wonder what I was playing that I was needing to experiment. Yeah, I think it looks alright now. Does that look better to you guys? Yeah, this is dangerous as all heck. Is there a safe place to stand? Okay, if I stand here, gotta get the burbs back. And speaking of burbs, maybe we'll do the Skatebird game soundtrack for Soundtrack of the Week next week, because, yeah, I remember liking that track a lot that Ghost of Burb requested, and quickly scanning the rest of the soundtrack, I was like, yeah, this seems like this has got some other good stuff too. I love these 3D pipes, so epic. I mean, if that looked epic to you, imagine playing this when it was presented as a blast, you know? Wow. This game is a 3D blast. Now, these are like the Spring Stadium things where you can step on them briefly, but if you linger too long... Wow, Kyo has the Skatebird lyrics. His keen eyes see everything that moves in the water. I like that. I like anthropomorphic games with lyrics. Like Sonic CD. Skatebird confirms Ghost of Burb. I get to advance in the adventure, guys. That sound of... Whoa, look at that weird 3D loop-de-loop. It was almost like not even a curved loop. It was like an angled loop. The horror. The fans. I got the purple bird. These are very visible landmines. Nice. Eevee Boy says, and hello Eevee Boy, that playing the DX Director's Cut version of this game has been a treat. And if you can believe it, there may, just may, be an on-screen segment today about this game's Director's Cut edition. That's from the cutting room floor of John Burton's house. He's a devoted programmer. Why can't I get this mischievous... How do you spin dash in this here great game? That button. I just want to do an innocent spin dash. These are running all over the place. Should be one more. Where'd it go? Climb up here. I don't think there was anywhere else they could have gone. Oh, there it is. Aw, man. Birds, come back. Doodle. Should be enough to advance. Interesting. JJ says, where have you heard this part of the song before? Let me listen to this. Is this a song that came back in Sonic Adventure or something? Well, this is not accepting visitors, this gate. Oh! Shocking. I guess I don't think this is how it got here. 3D pipes, guys, blink and you miss it. Wow, and you can see Sonic through the windows on the pipes. I love that. Wow, are you guys seeing this triangle thing? They had these at the Discovery Zone when I was growing up. If anyone doesn't know, Discovery Zone is like a McDonald's play place on crack. You know, like 10 times bigger than a bullcrap McDonald's play place. It's the real deal. And they would have a massive ball pit, and then in the middle of it there would be a massive pyramid triangle like this, and then there would be a rope so you could climb up it. You could, like, you know, grab the rope and gradually try to ascend the, what is it called? The Stonemasons Discovery Zone pyramid. And then when you go back to school on Monday, You tell your friend, yeah, well, we got to the top of the pyramid at Discovery Zone. It was awesome. They let us do it. Nice. Ghostaburb had a place like that had a silly name along those lines. It was amazing indeed. Yeah, and we did have, like Discovery Zone was a pretty wide chain. I don't exactly know how wide in America they were able to open up shop. But yeah, there were other, mom and pop versions of that are gone now because economy. Whoops. Can we just stop and admire these amazing graphics? Look at those, and I'm not even being, sarcastic. These wires and the colors and the lighting gradient, I absolutely love it. It's a John Burton masterpiece. Only Burton could have envisioned it quite like this, I'll say. Now I'm still listening to the song, trying to figure out where else, if at all, does this song show up in the Sonic series? Did Paul Young, sorry if I pronounce his name wrong, remix this in Sonic Before that? No, and I think that's an original soundtrack, isn't it? Before and After the sequel doesn't have remixes, it's just Paul Young's music. Well, I have all the birds that I've released, but there's one more I gotta locate. It just gives you an extra life. And look at this massive Matrix-style farm of rings. I don't know that Yuji Naka would have allowed this if he was the designer. Like, this many rings. It's explicitly spelled out for you. There's nowhere to go here. I can't jump over that, can I? This electric floor mechanism would be a good way to get people to, break their shyness and start dancing. Because if they stay put, they'll get shocked. You've got to kind of keep moving. I guess this is just a dead end to get that trove of rings and a one-up man. But the question becomes, where does the hedgehog go? Is that where I came from? To this area? Let me scan the area. Oh, you can go up here. Look at this 3D platforming. Look at his dinky little projectiles. Sonic looks awesome. When the birds... Oh wow, the birds... I didn't realize they will land on the ground and kind of, start rocking out to the music. And hello, Javid. Welcome to the zone. Traveling through these pipes. A 3D reimagine... raising the stakes. From, Chemical Plant and stuff. Act 1 wasn't that bad. I didn't die. Javid, sadly, can only stay for a short time today. So maybe you'll get to see some segments. I guess I'll try a little bit of Act 2, but let me now save state. This is kind of a Gene Gadget seminar. An event that I'd not really found my way with this level yet, that I can, consistently know what to do. Mega Drive. Sonic Tread Blast. With the similar logo of the word blast as Sonic Blast. They were trying to get a thing going. Alex, not load state, save state, sugar. Mega Drive. Isn't that epic? I have the folder called Mega Drive. It's not even Genesis. I'm such a global pal. Expanding my horizons. With branding names and different territories. Now, Gordon wonders if I paid out the last wager. I probably didn't. So let's give Gordon Freeman a note or two. Nice job, Gordon. Now make sure you help Alex Vance. She's in trouble. She needs your help. In Orlando, the chosen undead needs Gordon Freeman to help save Alex Vance and Eli Vance from the Combine. I gotta get voiceover Pete to do a sequel to that Dark Souls bit. About Gordon Freeman 64 and Alex Vance and Eli Vance. But yeah, Ghost of Burb said that those Burbs, when they went into idle mode, yeah, it looked like they were eating. They were picking a spot on the ground, doing an eating motion, and thinking to themselves, I hope there's a microscopic morsel of food in one of these spots, because then I will successfully eat it. Are there any other badniks in this hood? This is an expansive area. There's so many ways to go. Is this like a hub that I'm gonna keep coming back to or something? Oh, I love these pipes, dog. Now, is this a trap door or a safety door? This is shelter from the storm. Is this a dead end? Can I get up on this checkerboard? That's just a decoration. Is this just a dead end to give you a glimpse at another part of the level? I guess it was just the point was to come get one flicky. That feels like a one-way deal, so maybe I should go into the other Metropolis tube. The London Underground of tubes. Oh, this is just a one-way thing. Okay. Interesting. So there's probably a way to... Wow, look at this Breaking Bad cook illegal substances. What's it called? Beacon? Flask? What's the word? Not beacon. Beacon. What's the matter with me? Nice. JJ got to tip the tea kettle celebration. Here it comes. Yeah. Wow, and due to the bogus frame rate, sometimes when I stand still, all you can see is Sonic's shield. Because I guess it's flickering at a rate of hertz that's inconvenient for OBS. JJ confirms it's a pot of kettle. Flicker Island certifies Eplo. It all makes sense now. It was all about the flickering. Oh, right. Yeah, flickies, that's almost the same word. And of course, now the flickies' shields will flicker. Let's see how they flicker. Now they don't have shields, and then eventually they'll have shields permanently. Yep, now they have shields permanently. I say permanently, but I mean for several seconds until it flips back. It's whatever the rate of hertz. What the hell? This is wacky, wild, inflatable fun. Alright, so it sent me... Alright, so that... Getting... If you miss your jump, it may send you down to that little depot. Permanently for several seconds. Only the most precise scientific precision here at the Alex Yard Zone. Now, Gordon says Steam has a stream and record feature now, Alex. Are they going to put OBS out of business? You can just stream your gaming directly through Steam or something. Now, this is some perilous isometric platforming, to say the least. Alright, if I keep falling on this, I might just call it there. Hey, what's up, Elmarian? Elmarian is not really sure what to make of this game, but the soundtrack totally slaps. It sure does. And Elmarian, how much have you listened to the Sega Saturn soundtrack of this game? Because it's also real good. EB didn't remember the birds getting shields. Yeah, I wonder if the birds get shields in the director's cut. Imagine if they removed that feature for the director's cut. That would be so controversial that Jay's reviews would have something to say about it. And I would listen. I don't know if I would agree, but I would listen. Alright, I'm gonna do so good at this isometric platforming by... Oh, did you guys hear the ghost sound? EB wonders, do you have to stand still for that to happen? I think I have the shields. Yeah, I'm still seeing the shields when I'm in motion on the birds. And what's nice about that in the lava level is that if you get a fire shield, well, now you and your birds are safe from fire attacks. So then you can't get your bird stolen when you're going by one of those fireball emitters. And fireballs are having a good year, what with the Colleen O'Shaughnessy fireball bit in the upcoming Keanu Reeves motion picture. That movie will definitely get a Best Adaptation nomination at next year's Game Awards with Jeff himself. Not Jeff Fowler, Jeff Keighley. Alright, this is a dead end. So maybe there's another place I gotta get to from these diagonal plats. Oh god. Follow the rings, guys. That's where I gotta get. Nice. Elmarion hasn't given the Saturn soundtrack a full chance yet. You did stumble upon some Christmas track once and saved it for later. Elmarion is also vibing with these little birds with their shields. Yeah, there's that really great Christmas song. It's like dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. There's something about that it just rises to the next level. It's not that the rest of the soundtrack is less goodish, but simply salvage. Damn it. Yeah, there's something about that it's just such a legit composition. It could be part of a Disney movie in Disney's quality era. I assume, JJ, that you're ready at any moment for to get going with Chaos and the no death wager that we're doing, on-screen bits. Okay, so I can actually slow my descent by mindful D-pad pressage. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Now I gotta land on this. I'm bound to lose the shield. Doesn't lose the shield. Come on, Alex, believe in Heat. Look at the 5 birds, all got their shield. Alright, JJ's ready now. Yeah, I could even, since I just passed this checkpoint, why don't we save state here? I know we're like 15 minutes behind, so, yeah. Next time we'll collect more burbs. So let me save state this, and then we'll get going with Sonic Chaos and on-screen segments. There's some good ones, I tell you. Let's see here. Gene Gadget 2B. That's a thing now. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna go to the waiting zone. There is new tunes in there, which is cool. So I will send you there. Right now. Be back soon with head-to-head action versus JJ. It's gonna be fire. Fire. Dem Rupees raised a whole lot of chows listening to this here jam. Alright, peeps, we're gonna see me soon.
Hello everyone, nice to meet you. Congratulations on Sonic 30th anniversary. My name is Masato Nakamura. I composed and arranged all the soundtrack of Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2.
And here we are. Alright, so today's wager will be interesting because, hey, where's JJ's feed? I gotta bring up the window. There we are. Today will be interesting because the premise for the wager, which I'm gonna hit go on it very soon, is of course beat the game with the fewest deaths. So each time I die, I'll be updating the chat with my running total. And JJ will do the same. And he's never going to forget to report any of his individual deaths. Alright? If any moderator is in reach of the stream category, you're encouraged to update it at this time. EB didn't know there was Frontiers today. Dude. Do I have the thing for you? Check the schedule when I post it. Every single Monday. And hey, what's up, Prism? Prism has Sonic Chaos for the Master System on your Genesis. Yeah, it is wild that I'm playing this on a Genesis, isn't it? That's just the overlay guy. I'm messing with you guys. But yeah, I'm glad Prism likes the game as much as I do. So, yeah. And yeah, JJ, if you want to do it on your feed, that's fine, but chat is perfectly good. So yeah, unless you're not ready, JJ, I think we'll get going with the countdown of all countdowns. And we'll get on-screen segments on screen soon. Alright, JJ's ready. So let me go ahead and hit stat. I'll get to the starting point and then... Kega not on? Or is... Well, how did the GBA controls get activated? That I simply do not know. But I believe that I turned off Steam, so this should work now. Guys, Sleeping Egg, it's even more iconic now that we have a track for it in SRB2 Kart. Why... Oh. Okay, this game is odd. Yeah, okay. It has... Okay. So, JJ and I are on the carrot. We'll both be playing as Sonic. I'll just quickly confirm. So here comes the countdown in chat. Yeah, Keo doesn't like the Sleeping Egg track. But JJ loves hearing the Master System boot jingle. Is there a console startup SMS? I'm gonna have to hear that if that's what that is. But alright, here comes the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Is it not in the window? I've never understood this. Is it? Alright. Oh, do I love these title cards, man. Look at this. This is so nostalgic. Anytime Sonic Chaos. What is with this? Look at JJ rocketing to safety and success. I'm not sure what happened. So let me just open up the game again, question mark. Don't know what the story is. Please work. Today's one glitch of a day. It says Ghost of Burb. Alright, cool. Here we go. So JJ made it to the end of the level. So I mustn't die here on this first level. This is a cool evolution of Green Hill. In that it's just a platform. Oh wow, but with secrets. See, this is raising the stakes of other games. This is just a troll. Oh yeah, these are the rocket shoes JJ used. Dude, the way he nods and bobs and weaves back and forth, absolutely priceless. Yes. And let's go ahead and thank you for reminding me to start the wager. So, it's going to be active for, let's do 20 minutes. No, this is a shorter game. Let's do 15 minutes. Alright, betting is open. And, yeah, JJ, emeralds are not required. Emeralds are not required. I guess there would be no harm in doing some special stages. I don't think it could screw up our wager in any way. Guys, I got through the first level. No deaths. What was I not fast enough? I got the burb. Javid says we need a crash emote. What, to commemorate when my stream crashes like it did for Frontiers earlier? Now, Prism says if you're playing on real hardware, which JJ is, you can really make the game freak out by doing a frame-perfect peel-out on the upward slopes. Alright, so just do a frame-perfect peel-out, JJ. And you should have wacky results. Almost as wacky as today's first on-screen falafel. This. Okay, so, I've been thinking about Sonic Speed Simulator lately. I want to understand it. Okay, so I have a wacky theory that... And it's a theory that I intend to disprove. But my theory is that Sonic Speed Simulator is somehow just not real. There's some catch, there's some ARG or right? This theory is not true. But I need to prove it. I'm wondering if Sonic Speed Simulator represents some sort of Bermuda Triangle type of mystery where it's like everyone seems to know that Sonic Speed Simulator exists, but like no one really talks about it with any, right? There's no Cybershell doesn't have a video about Sonic Speed Simulator or anything. You know, and as I think about it, it might... Ooh, Rocket Shoes more. It might be because it's a kid-focused game. And when I looked for content about Sonic Speed Simulator, it was mostly people complaining. I guess there's some recent controversies with... They keep updating the game in ways that are displeasing to fans. Okay, yeah, Javid says it's that crash emote was for emulator crashes. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen again. Now, not Javid. Third Bruno is sitting on a quapper of a whole bunch of points. You know, channel points, notes. So let's see. Wow, if Third Bruno distributes well today, Third Bruno, I can see, has placed a bet, assuming all those points are his. 10,000 points, guys. 10,000 points wagered on an Alex success. Now, the bosses are going to be the highest stakes thing in this wager, I guess. And I'll even do it the gangster way. To an extent. I got so hopped up on gangster, that was, I guess ironic was the word. I'm really sorry, Third Bruno. Although Third Bruno is maybe hoping that his wealth gets redistributed. Come on, guys. I mean, no pressure to place your bets, but... Oh, my God. Wow. Get this. Javid placed 10,000. Exactly. So, actually, does that... I think what that means, though, is that no one else can really win much. Because if Javid wins, he'll get the vast majority of the pot, and vice versa for Third Bruno. Has JJ seriously not died yet? Here I am spin dashing this punk. Like I just graduated from 3rd grade. Whoa, JJ's in a bonus level? Collecting all those giant rings in the sky? Yeah, and Javid had said, if I might game over, then the extra lives might prevent that. Alright, so let me first of all... Alex deaths equals 1. Such a cool background with those chemical planty skyscrapers. Third Bruno has this to say. Oops. So actually, you know, if, I'm trying to think in my head, is there a way that someone else could meaningfully get points? Javid didn't think of that. Like, I'm trying to think, like, what? I didn't have any rings? My deaths is at 2. What? Alright, so I see that the JJ points are now up to 12k. So yeah, I'm trying to think. Is it, like, if someone else just bet, like, about 2,000, do they stand to win more than usual? I guess they do, because... yeah, they would get a big piece of... It's not like Javid's points cancel out anyone else's. So yeah, if you do place a significant bet on JJ, I think you could still get... I can't really... I don't know why I'm struggling to conceptualize it. So why don't I shake off the cobwebs with the next on-screen bit, which is a pretty good one. Check it out. Welcome to the segment that JJ didn't even know about and will maybe distract him into a death or two. It's the exciting moment of JJ's pickups. JJ has been on quite the tear lately, picking up some, you know, original hardware games. And you're going to get to see a couple of them right now. Now, why did I pick that as the graphic for JJ's pickups? Because I don't know a lot about the, you know, used retro game economy in the UK. So I started to fill in the gaps with my imagination. And so I depicted one of those guys at a casino that has one of those visors. But I didn't really mean it to be a casino. I meant it to be more like an auction house. An auction house where, again, it's not technically an auction, but it's more like you go to those places like Pawn Stars and Hardcore Pawn on History Channel, and, you know, you negotiate a price, talk about the backstory to hype up how valuable it is in order to settle on a price. So Kyo, would be getting a 1.6 return. Yeah, if Kyo only bet like 2,000 points. Wow, I'm seeing the points pile in on JJ's side. He's at 16. JJ seriously hasn't died yet. But yeah, let's see the first of JJ's OG hardware pickups. So, starting out strong, you get yourself... Is that Sonic 1 in the UK? I admit, I don't, off the top of my head, if I was on a trivia show and it was like, right now, describe the UK, I guess that's what, PAL box art for Sonic 1? That's pretty cool, so I'm learning something. Now, Demropy says that haggling is one of your least favorite cultural phenomena. That's interesting. Is there any haggling? Like, I'm trying to think, is there any real-life context where I would be haggling with some salesman to get a good price? Is that even a thing in 2024 America? Alright, Demropes mentions pawn shops, but also selling a car or a house. Yeah, I kind of enjoyed the haggle that I did when I bought the car that I currently still own. I was able to do some pretty good I got a crazy amount of cash back from my trade-in car. I don't know how I pulled that off. But yeah, JJ loves, as he says, our Sonic 1 box art, you know, in JJ's neighborhood. Yeah, but also, as Keo points out, the original cardboard sleeve for Sonic & Knuckles, which I should still have my North American one around somewhere. And hello, Antonio. Thanks so much for popping in over on YouTube. Antonio has a quick question. And am I playing 2 games at once? Why is there 2 game screens? So that other screen is in fact JJ's live gameplay feed. And right now, me and JJ are competing. The competition of... So that's 3 deaths for Alex. Alex, 3 deaths. Yeah, we are competing, Antonio. Wow, I got a game over? That's truly pathetic. Alright. Ghost of Burb's heading out. Have a good rest of your night, Ghost of Burb, and some good R&R. I'll see you next time. Yeah, so sorry I got distracted, Antonio. Whoever wins is the person that beats the game with the fewest deaths. And I have 3. I don't think JJ has died yet, so it's not looking good so far. Yeah, Demropy says, it feels obvious what an object is worth, and when someone haggles lower, it feels disrespectful. You know, I felt that burn of disrespect when we did a yard sale. I was probably like 12 years old, and we did a yard sale at my house, and I'll never forget it. There were these, like, Tonka trucks that, you know, were cherished items from my childhood, and we were selling them for $4 each. Okay? So this guy comes up, he sees 2 Tonka trucks, $4 each, and he says, I'll give you 5 for the both of them. And my family was like, oh my god, this is awful. Deaths, 4. Meanwhile, JJ says, this game is painfully easy. So the guy said $5 for both Tonka trucks, and my family pretty much pressured me to do it. And I was able to accept it and see the big picture. Like, he's ready to buy both. Might as well give him a good price. We don't know if these are going to... But I was burning up inside. I was like, wow, this guy played the game at my expense. Yes, Alex Yard Sale. I didn't even think of that. Alex Yard's yard sale. In the yard. Alright, I need to be hyper-focused, because 4 deaths is unacceptable. If I stand behind him, am I safe? Absolutely not. Because his attacks go both ways. Yeah, you become vulnerable again in this game very quickly. You know, You can't get your stupid ring back. Here I am doing boss connaissance. Death's 5. I'm pissed. Now Javid says, does a game over end the wager? I guess no, because it's really just a matter of a death tally. You know, the fact that it reset my score is kind of negligible, I guess. But alright, as I continue to lament those Tonka trucks, check out the GameCube pickups that JJ got. OG Sonic Heroes on the GameCube with that suit. It's not actually a sticker. It's got that thing that's at the upper left. You see that Sonic silhouette, and it says, I think, all new Sonic. They wanted it to be perfectly clear that this was not a compilation. Because yeah, Sonic Heroes, the sound of that, you might realistically... Alright. I'm at 6 deaths, you guys. Do I even have a continue? This is beyond pathetic. So, I mean, I have save states, but this is really bad, you know, street cred-wise. Because I don't think JJ's died yet. Look at his results screen. He's got 4 continues, and Emerald just to rub it in. I gotta step up my game. 6 deaths confirms King Samurai. Yeah, Keo says the all-new Sonic sticker is so dumb, you're glad your copy doesn't have it. Yeah, it's not a standalone sticker, is it? Now, EB says, what's up with the box art? What about the box art, EB? So I should be able to... Sleeping Egg... What's the second level? Is it Electric Egg? I tell you what. I don't think I have a save state for that boss. So I'm gonna just... It's like when you're golfing. If you get too many strokes, you max out at like, oh, alright, you have an 8 stroke. You just take the 8. So I'm just gonna accept all those deaths. And... What's it called? Just go to the next level. What is it? Sleeping Egg now? So here we are at Sleeping Egg 1. And yes, EB, this is still part, and it's not even done, the JJ's pickup segment. But yeah. Wow. Just today, Gordon Freeman 64 was playing none other than Mario Kart Double Dash. Mario Kart Double Dash has got to be the biggest, most unacceptable gap in my gaming resume. I've never played it. I've never so much as been in the same room and watching someone play it on the TV. And I guess it's partly because I didn't have... It was always a battle to just persuade the kids in my neighborhood even to play Smash Brothers Melee, so I think it would have been a hard sell to get him to play Double Dash, maybe. Yeah, Javid says Double Dash is the only Mario Kart game you haven't played, and JJ had said that JJ and Wonder Woman are gonna play Double Dash together over Christmas on real hardware. Isn't that a magical gift? I wish you many good item pickups in the races. Make sure to beat Wonder Woman. You know, so you can brag. EB is wondering how much that copy of Double Dash went for. But what other games got picked up to JJ's? Yeah, so just to remind everyone, the JJ's pickup segment, as indicated in this logo, is still ongoing. So after Sonic Heroes and Mario Kart, next we got, alright, now we're getting to the, you know, like epic, cherished, treasured gems. Genesis games, Sonic 3D Blast with that epic 30-pound sticker on it, although I'm sure that was added years later, although maybe not. And of course, Rystar. Now, is that version of Rystar, does that have the North American differences, like with the different facial expressions for Rystar? Or is it the more happy, like the JP version, Rystar is more like, I don't know, happy and easygoing. Prism says Kirby's Air Ride goes hard, and it blended Chow Garden elements. That's cool. Yeah, EB says that Mario Kart Double Dash is $60 in his neighborhood. That's why he hasn't gotten it yet. Yeah, and JJ played both of these games this past Sunday. Yeah, and I was lurking for part of it. I got to hear Sparky talk about tritones, Vector Sater talk about Jun Sonoy using the key of C major too much. Maybe I should do a music theory video. Does Jun Sonoy use C major too much? Demropes wonders if this is an official Sonic game. Yeah, Demropes, if you mean the game I'm playing now, yes. Furthermore, both of those games on screen are official Sega games. Rystar wasn't Sonic Team. Some people will butcher the facts on the streets and tell you. Oh, that's 7 deaths? This is horrendous. But yeah, Demropes, this game I'm playing is Sonic Chaos, which came out on the Game Gear and the Master System. Probably the Master System first, if I had to guess. But I got 7 deaths. Alright, and the grand finale of JJ's pickups is Sonic Chaos for the Nintendo Master System. The original hardware that JJ is playing the game on as I say these words. JJ's playing it on an OG Master System. You can't get any more authentic than that. Now, EB says, wait, hold on. Rystar wasn't Sonic Team? Correct. But some of the people who worked on Rystar were eventually, added officially to the Sonic Team staff. So it helped their resume, and it helped their, developer cred within the Sega building. Now, that just said Ray. Ray, I think it... And then that's... I don't know what that said. These messages fly by quickly. Ray, I think, is credited as one of the composers on this game. So I don't know if Ray is a pseudonym for Ogata, maybe? I don't know. Ogata didn't do this soundtrack, though, did he? I don't know what I was thinking. Well, alright, JJ says Ogata, so... alright, it is Ogata. JJ's on that boss that you can micro-cheese. Now, Gordon Freeman says, Sega wants to shut down the Super Sega console? What is the Super Sega console? Is that the rapper Soulja Boy's handheld emulation pirate nonsense machine that he kickstarted? Prism says Rystar isn't directly Sonic Team, but it had few of the same people. Now, Prism also says that it has some Sonic 1 concepts that didn't make it into the game. Concept usage would be news to me. Oh god, I thought that spring was gonna, spring me up. But I have to actually jump on it. Alright, Gordon Freeman says it's an all-in-one Sega console. Is that an unofficial emulation project? Because that makes me want to dive right into our next segment. The Golden Joystick Awards. Now, I don't know if these are still a thing. Obviously, the Keeleys are the only award ceremonies that anyone ever talks about. The Game Awards, where Shadow of the Erdtree is nominated for Game of the Year. Balatro deserves to win over Erdtree, guys. Okay? Now, why do I mention the Golden Joystick Awards? Well... let me focus on this boss. I think that the Golden Joystick Awards have been around, forever. I could get behind him and then just spam his ass, right? I Am I dealing damage? If I hit him in the bottom, does he not blink? Oh. High stakes gaming. Ooh, he just had the one hit left. Got him. JJ cautions everyone that Aqua Planet has fake parallax. Fake parallax. Alright, so why did I bring up the Golden Joystick Awards? I want to take you back to the bygone era of 2004. Take a look at the nominees for 2004's Best Handheld Game. And my god, is this stacked. You take it, for granted these days and whatever, but look at that. So the question is, if you were John Joystick and you were in control of who won, which one are you picking? Sonic Advance 3, Metroid Zero Mission, or Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga? I mean, it stinks for Sonic Advance 3 to have come out in that year, because what a competition. I mean, Superstar Saga, wasn't that the pivotal first game that launched the Mario and Luigi series? And then you got Zero Mission, which is universally acclaimed. Now EB says should probably be Mario and Luigi Superstar because ZM is a remake. I mean, I get, normally I would agree with that thought process, but like Zero Mission is like a whole different new thing. Much more so than, I'm trying to think of like a more faithful remake. Look at this ugly background. It's so great because it's so ugly on purpose. Because this is the mechanized Green Hill Zone that Eggman, ruined this place. Okay. So. EB says it's mostly the same though, besides the new epilogue. I guess, so, Zero Mission was my first Metroid game. But when I played Super Metroid, I did not connect the dots that I was, returning to some of the same locations. And furthermore, like, there's so much new stuff. It's not like they added quality of life improvements and then said, alright, go, play the same game. Like, all the level architecture has all new thing. I love Zero Mission, but I find that in terms of, like, exploration and, visual spatial problem solving, Zero Mission feels a lot more contrived. And it's not a fatal flaw. It just seems more contrived than even Metroid Fusion. Yeah, I mean, EB says the map is very close to the original. You could be right about that. But even if the overall map arrangement is represented, there's so many more moves in Zero Mission, and the game requires you to use those moves. So yeah, I admit that and that's another death. So death is now at 8. So, I'm right on JJ's tail. Yeah, the upgrades and everything. All the upgrades, are used. So that's, bona fide new content. So, if you can believe it, the winner of Best Handheld Game in 2004 for the Golden Joystick, you can see where I'm going with this, is Sonic Advance 3, Sonic and Tails. Here's your Golden Joystick. Take that, Metroid. Take that, Superstar Saga. Sonic is the best, and the entire gaming industry knew it as early as 2004, when Sonic Advance took the prize for Best Handheld Game. Now, Prism was pointing out that, yeah, that music we were just hearing in Mecha Green Hill is a remix of I Can Do Anything. It sure is. And did this come out first? I'm gonna have to check the archives. But yeah, how about that? And I guess the Golden Joysticks are still a thing. I did a quick Google search, and I'm pretty sure I saw the top result. Golden Joystick Awards 2024. But I don't think that they get good appearances by, like, Jordan Peele and Hideo Kojima, like Jeff got last year. Can I just cheese this indefinitely? Because I totally will. I don't even care. Alright, JJ got his first death, so I'm back in the game. In a way that stretches that phrase. But thank you. Oh, look at all the JJ deaths going up. They're going up. Even when Sonic dies, he ascends, because that's how JJ good is at the game. Which brings us to our next bit. Alright, here, so this is kind of a fun micro trivia, not a puzzle, but like kind of like a trivia question. And the first thing, right, I'm gonna first ask this question in the most vague way possible. So this is the European Extreme difficulty version of this question. And what is this? What is this? What am I showing you on screen? You know, and the answer isn't, you know, a Sony logo. There's some bit embedded in this thing. And it's pretty cool, I think. Yeah, EB says you agree with it being contrived. They lead you along the way more than the original. Yeah, so Zero Mission, not only does it give you those explicit dots on the map to go to, but also it really just felt like I was walking around gathering keys. Gathering keys to open a door with the color of that key card. Now, of course, it's not literally doors and keys, but it's like, you know, to get the speed booster, and now you can plow through walls if you get enough speed. It's like, oh, okay, this spot right here is explicitly designed for me to get speed and plow through it. You know, as my first Metroid game, I was a little surprised how linear and contrived. But again, that's just that game. Yeah, EB says another knock for EB. 1 and 3 are supposed to be the open air games. Right, as EB says, the original is nothing like that. And that was kind of, you know, what I was getting at with, that's why, you know, why I could be more open to the idea of Zero Mission winning best handheld game or whatever. Alright, so I guess no one here. I mean, I'll give you a hint. This bit that I'm showing you, it is indirectly related to Sonic. I'll tell you that right now. But this is like deep cut. Maybe I would only expect JJ or Vector Sader to you know, because JJ can point out those Sonic Blast special stage mountains from like 3 miles away. Alright, so probably no one's gonna get it with this, okay? So here's the next phase of this micro trivia challenge. That thing you see on screen, I actually edited that. So what I'm gonna do now is hit the button and I will show you the original. This. So, what is that from? What is that from? And this isn't, you know, a troll bit. It absolutely is something from something very real. Javid wonders if it has anything to do with the PlayStation anniversary. It's not that. Yeah, so it's definitely a Sonic thing. But this is a deep cut. Okay, EB says that the fact that Zero Mission takes stuff from Super Metroid in its design is unfortunately another knock against the game. Yeah, I love when you hit 5 of those things and the next bounce. Yeah, this is an easier version of the boss from 2 zones ago, but you already knew that. Alright, Ah, look at his eyes. Alright. So, let me give the next hint. The thing that this is from, this... Oh, I have responsibilities. The boss isn't done. Yay. Interesting. Javid is saying, is it related to an audio device from the 80s or 90s? The font looks from... No, it's not. So, it's definitely a Sonic project. And it's not Sonic Crackers, as EB guessed. So, alright. The next hint, it's not even a hint. I'm actually going to tell you exactly what it is, what it's called. But don't Google it. It'll ruin it. Let's see if anyone knows what I'm talking about when I tell you that the name of this is Sonic the Animation. That's its exact title. Sonic the Animation. Does anyone here, and if you don't know this, you're going to learn... I thought this was pretty fascinating. Does anyone here have enough Sonic cred to know what is Sonic the Animation? Uh-oh. Hey, I didn't collect the ring. Death's 8? No, Death's 9. But at least JJ has 2 deaths. Alright, EB heard of it. Can't think of what it is. Alright, JJ died. Oh, and yeah, here comes JJ's, yeah, so it's awesome. Whenever JJ dies, I get paid 40 bits. In addition to me being celebrated. And yeah, sorry, I didn't see what you had said, Prism. Prism wonders if it's the Sonic 1 beta cartridge label. Gordon Freeman says Sonic X. Alright, so I'm ready to reveal what it is. After stringing you along for I really thought someone would know this, but I am also honored to kind of be the person to tell you about it. So Sonic the Animation was an animated short, whoops, that played at, like, the Sega amusement parks. Okay? Now, I'm gonna now click the button. You're gonna see a still image from this thing. I don't know if this will look familiar to anybody. Okay? But when I saw this, I'm like, not only just look at all the expressiveness and the colors, but that ground, to me, screams Dubious Depths. I'm not even sure if what I'm looking at is just, you know, using the same background from the Dubious Depths portion of the ending animation. You know, at the end, R2 was cut, but at the end of Sonic CD, when you see the different animations, there's one that was supposed to be for Dubious Depths where the floor is collapsing. And so it might not be that, but I was like, wow, this is essential Sonic history. Okay, now, Toj Shiku, so glad you joined us over on YouTube. Toj says, is it the animation from Sonic Jam? Now, it is included in Sonic Jam. But it was originally made for the amusement park. And I think that this Sonic the Animation thing, I don't think it has any dialogue. I think it's kind of like, I guess, the Sonic Origins cutscene / the first 40 minutes of the movie WALL-E from Pixar. It's just, you know, audio, sound effects, and music, but no actual dialogue. But there is some written word, such as... Now, alright, Prism, you anticipate me. Well done, my good man. Javid's taking off. See you later, my man. Check this out. Here's okay. So if you look at the bottom, there's no dialogue spoken, but there is text. So I haven't watched this thing yet. We should definitely watch it at some point. Yeah, part of the plot mechanics is that Sonic is awarded Man of the Year despite not being a man, but I guess he's a man hedgehog. Alright, Prism says, and I figured this was the case, but it's good to get confirmation. Ooh, okay, so JJ died a third death, and I'm sorry I missed the bit celebration, JJ. But Knuckles came passing through, and now sad Tails. Wow. JJ should die more often. This is great. I'm getting bit rich. But yeah, I put that Man of the Year. Thank you, JJ. JJ is the Man of the Year for giving all these bits. Yeah, and then EB says, when's the OVA watch along? I know I keep mentioning that. We never do it. Yeah, I wonder when would be, an ideal, day. Is that something we could do, immediately after a kart session? Or, we could watch it in 45-minute installments. I don't have any rings. Deaths. I hit the double digits, 10 deaths. Yeah, this is the final boss, so I gotta go get this. There's rings, I believe, right? Yeah. But yeah, as Prism confirmed, it's not R2, it's a city sidewalk. But I'd like to believe in my heart of hearts that when they were making the animation, they're like, we need a background. Is there anything from Sonic CD we can rip? It's a huge stretch. But yeah, has anyone seen that Robin Williams movie called Man of the Year? Uh-oh. Because it made me think of it. Crap. In that movie, Ooh. I was trying to get my ring back. In that movie, Robin Williams is the lead. He plays, in the movie, it's about like a comedian or media personality who runs for president and wins. So, unfortunately, that was a wacky premise, back in 2002, whenever the movie came out. These days, it is very unfortunately fully plausible. Wow, JJ died again. Eggman floating throughout the screen, fuming mad. JJ can't beat this final boss, but am I doing any better? No. No. Thank you for the bits, though, JJ. Now, because I'm hovering kind of on the left top side of him, is that why... You devious DVD screensaver. Ah, DVD! 12 deaths for Alex? But yeah, Demrupi saw that movie. Well, since we're at the end of the game, why don't I just go to the next bit? Alright, so look at this. So, in the hype cycle for Sonic Movie 3, I'm just back on a Jim Carrey kick because Jim Carrey's in the new movie. And so Mr. Popper's Penguins is available on Max. Now, I was always vaguely aware of that movie, but I had no motivation to see it. But with the upcoming movie 3, I was like, let me just see what this is. And it's a pretty regular movie. Get my ring back. It's a pretty regular movie, but Jim Carrey is just, true to form. It's just a regular movie with Jim Carrey being his normal great self. JJ's at 6 deaths. But that's fewer than me. By a lot. Yeah, so I was thinking... Oh, thank you for the bits. JJ's got the... shaking your head in frustration. You have half of the deaths that I've gotten. But so when they announced that Mr. Popper's Penguin movie, I'm like, what happened to Jim Carrey? Why is he, giving up and doing these unremarkable kids movies? But then I'm watching it and thinking to myself, this was actually very smart of him to do at that point in his career, because that means that an entirely new generation of kids is going to learn about the excellence of Jim Carrey. And once they get older, well, there's a whole, lineup of instant classic comedy movies with Jim Carrey. Dumb and Dumber, all that stuff. So I now support Jim Carrey's, children's entertainment phase. And my guy, he's in Sonic Movie 3. So that's just another benefit of it. I hate this last part. JJ's on the last part. Let's see if he can perform under pressure. I got 13 deaths now. JJ is wondering, the most important question a person can ask in this game is, how do you damage Eggman during this last bit? I've struggled with that in the past. EB confirms Gordon's question that Sonic Movie 3 comes out on the 20th. Yeah, JJ, I unfortunately don't have a good, what's it called? Strat. Vector wonders why we're counting, and that's because this wager is about who can beat the game with the fewest deaths. And for the majority of the game, JJ was absolutely dominating. And now we're both here at the final boss. We're both dying quite a lot. So I'm at 13 deaths. Oh yeah, the key, I think, with this boss... Damn it. Why didn't I collect the object? Interesting. EB wonders if you have to hit his back. I'm just kind of spying at JJ's screen for a moment. It's so tense. One wrong move. Is it as simple as trying to hit him on top? Have you hit him on top? Whoa, did you see that swoop down? I didn't know he would do that. So maybe if you wait long enough, he will swoop down, and then he's much easier to get. So maybe the whole point of this is that you're waiting for the swoop. Now, of course, you can kill him in those, but it's a lot harder, I would think. Wow, I never knew about that swoop. Yep, there it is. And there, did JJ get him? Is he dead? Yeah. Dude, Sonic Chaos Discovery live on the air, which is enough for me to also commemorate Yes Man and the Majestic. Whoa, JJ says it's based on where you're standing. Did you just kind of figure that out while playing? Because you deserve Gamer of the Day award if so. So maybe I should stand in the middle of the arena? JJ confirms. I tip my hat to you, JJ. So yeah, I saw Yes Man, a couple years after it came out, and it just kind of felt like it's just a regular movie, honestly. It's not bad in particular, but it's really nothing special. And then The Majestic is just Hollywood navel-gazing. The movie starts out, he's a screenwriter trying to get his movie made, and the movie that he did write is a B movie, he wants to be an A movie. I'm like... And I saw The Majestic, back when it first came out. Probably rented it from Hollywood Video. Nice. JJ says Yes Man is one of his faves. Yeah, I definitely liked it enough to watch the whole thing this time around. And Jim Carrey is great in it, so right off the bat, it's enjoyable. Well, I'm way past the number of deaths. that JJ has, so there's no point keeping track now. Alright, JJ says, bait him by standing generally in the middle. Give that a try. Prism says that the music for Sunset Park Act 3 is unused in this game. Really? I never heard Cybershell say that, so props to you, Prism. Sunset Park Zone Act 3? So that's the train chase part? Seriously? I get the ring back or not? Yeah. You guys hearing that Aqua Lake essence? Wow, did I just spin dash under his legs? I didn't know you could go under him. Do I have to walk to the right? Yeah. You know, Wow, look, it's Michael Jackson. I don't really feel a big need to continue dragging this out, especially since the only thing I have to do is that very last part. I'm ready to hop over to the song request, guys. But I think maybe no one grabbed it. So am I going to reduce the price now? That's exciting. Get your trigger fingers ready. And immediately after that, I will, pay out the wager and do the official victory podium bit. What did I need to check? Yeah, the wager. No, the song mart. Just looking at the feed. I don't think anyone got it. Alright. What do I need to click? And hey, what's up, Solarile? Solarile says the ending without the emeralds in this game is way too depressing. That's not the one with Tails dying, right? Because that's Sonic 2 8-bit. Okay, JJ says that you gotta hit Eggman himself, not the mech. Yeah, King Samurai has scared memories, really having a hard time trying to beat this boss. Okay, come on, Alex, to the mart. Alright, the song request has had its price updated right now. Now, Third Bruno is hearing a little bit of Green Hill. Hey, nice! Prism scooped up the request. Oh, there's two? Why is there 2 units? Is that from another stream that I did? I'm really sorry about that. That's my mistake. Lore stream. So, lore stream, yeah, the reason why there was 2 is because there was some stream I did recently where we added a second request. I can't remember why. So lore stream, I'm very sorry, but I will need to bank that request. In a stream in the near future, yeah, so Prism though, yeah, let's get that request to me like as soon as possible, because now we're waiting with Dead Air. And I kind of wish you'd only pulled the trigger if you knew what to request. What do you think? Can you, now you got ads. I'll tell you what, Lore Stream, why don't you send me your request? I can't promise that we'll do it today, but if Prism takes a half an hour or something, it'll be great to have that on file. Yeah, and Keo says we could do both, but shorter. Okay, cool. Lore Stream is gonna post on YouTube. Yeah, I Alright. Without stalling any further, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, as quickly as possible, bring up Prism's request, because I can see it. So let's hop over to the zone. Yeah, I'm truly sorry, Lore Stream, but I'll make it right. It just, I don't think, I really can't, yeah, it's my fault, and I'm sorry. I have a lot that I need to do after this stream, so I'm really not inclined to stretch it out. Furthermore, I don't want Prism to feel ripped off. So I'm very sorry, Lore Stream. Yeah, so I'm going to have that on file, Lore Stream. Today's just really not a good day for that, but, you know, as soon as possible, we'll... Alright, thank you for your understanding, Lore Stream. Alright. Here comes the music. And yeah, maybe it could very well be that we just do Lore Stream's request. We'll figure it out. I don't want to necessarily preclude. It's too hard to explain. We'll make it happen. I'll make it worth Lore Stream's while. Nice. So yeah. What's it called? Yeah, Dem Rupees has a guess. EB knows this one. But yeah. Wow. This song took an exciting turn. Yeah, but JJ, congrats and thank you so incredibly much for all the bits. What a great way to keep you motivated. JJ's getting a DS Pokemon vibe from this. Yeah, Dem Rupees is all over the place. Listen to the stream in the living room. Yeah, why am I freezing? Oh yeah. Let's pay out the wager. There was a whole lot of points bet. But it wasn't close in the end. Okay. So, yeah, as you guys know, Third Bruno and Javid both bet 10k. But then, wow, Keo also bet 10k? And Gordon Freeman, the free man, bet about 5k. Hot damn. Nice job, guys. And bravo, JJ. What do I gotta get the song to loop? And nice, thank you so much for the bits. Wow, this is obnoxious. The last minute of the video is silence. So I can't loop it. Alright, let's find another solution. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Because everything that's coming up, well, most of it is Diamond and Pearl. Is it the same audio Prism. Yeah, JJ liked the JJ's pickup segments. Pressure's on to keep finding cool stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. So it should be more or less the same. So let me see this. It's about the same. All right, slightly different. It's all on DS, right? Vector knows of a good remix of it. Alright, Keo figures that any Route 216 video should be fine, so let me see what we got with that. I'll show you what I found. Is this, I don't know what the gameplay usually looks like. See this? Is this... This is fine, right? It's got, like, the overlay, but it shouldn't be a problem, right? Oh, cool. Prism says that there's a day and a night version, and it has remixes in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Is the Brilliant Shining, is that like an HD remake or something? With fancy graphics? Alright, it's a Switch remake, says Gordon. Gordon, I love that. Are we in the snow area yet? Oh, it's the most memorable moment of Wolverine and what's his name. This was the moment that JJ was so inspired that he shut off the movie. He was inspired to stop watching. I see snow. Yeah, Prism says, yeah, it's the HD remake on Switch. And Prism says it's not that good other than the graphics. Is that because of the Nintendo mandated crunch? Or Pokemon Company mandated crunch? JJ says, Shining Pearl. A miserable series of streams where the game had 2 different art styles and 4 different ways of rendering water. Say what? 4 different water renders? That's given Tears of the Kingdom a run for its money. EB was watching the developer interview on Metroid Prime. And yes, yeah, the Prime Remastered, yeah, omits just about everybody from the original, which is pretty bogus. Pretty bogus. Nintendo is like the flagship entity for shortchanging the credits of creators, right? The Mario movie used DK Jungle Swing and the DK Ramp, and it might have mentioned the games, but not the composers. Lorestream says hopefully they never touch Lorestream's beloved Gen 5. It's only a matter of time, cautions Keo. Yeah, and EB says some of those devs from OG Metroid Prime have passed away, so their legacy is erased. Yeah. EB says Gen 5 remakes are probably going to be in the same style, in your opinion. Yeah, that... I saw a little... a little thumbnail of the Switch graphics. Yeah, but Lore Stream says that they had outsourced that particular remake, probably Shining Pearl. JJ says, it appears that they're skipping the Gen 5 remakes and going straight for Gen 6. Is Gen 5 black and white, and then 6 is X and Y? Yeah, I forgot that there was Pokemon Black 2 and White 2. Those are sequels, right? Separate games. That's pretty wild. JJ simply will not accept anything less than a Gen 5 remake with Octopath-style graphics. Yeah, now JJ says, wow, he didn't expect me to correctly identify titles in a generation. And the sole reason why I know about that generation is because it was a hot topic when I was a camp counselor. The kids would talk about that. So I got a little bit of an indirect micro-education on, current Pokemon goings-on, even though I wasn't really playing them. Because, yeah, EB says, have I played any Pokemon? Only the first gen. Gen Red, well, Red and Blue. I had Red, and I played the hell out of it. That was a big deal in our neighborhood, as well as the Pokemon trading cards. So I was like an absolute fanatic, but it was only for that one generation. Why didn't I sign on and renew the contract for Gen 2? Well, you see, even at my fairly young age of, I guess I was also, well, it doesn't matter. I was at most 14, and I was like, when I saw they announced the next gen of Pokemon, and that there was like 100-something new monsters, I'm like, whoa, this just seems like a cash grab. Like, my mind was so preoccupied by the plausibility of the lore. I was like, how could Professor Oak not know about, another 150 whatever monsters? That's ridiculous. This is a cash grab. I'm out. That was the stand that I took as a 14-year-old or whatever. EB says I would have liked gold/silver. Prism says that I should play Pokemon Crystal. It's really good. Yeah, Demropy says I missed a beautiful thing with Gen 2. Oh well. Third Bruno says Legends Arceus is the only game that got you thinking, alright, time to throw snowballs at an octopus. I don't think I ever threw snowballs at octopi in any Sonic games. Vector says that, pre-Gen 3 Pokemon lore is kinda wild. EB says, what do you mean, Vector? EB says, Gen 4 was your breaking point? So let's see, Alex Yard Trivia Zone. How many other generations can I name? I guess Gen 2, was that gold and silver? And then Ruby and Sapphire was a thing? Was that Gen 3? Do I know Gen 4? Sun and Moon was later, like Gen 7? I forget. Third Bruno just flat out skipped the first Black and White simply because of the Unova region. The routes were so simplified. We went from a labyrinthian Hoenn and Sinnoh to a hexagon. Yeah, I'm trying to dig into my brain archives. What is Gen 4? 3 is Ruby and Sap. Not Fire Red and Leaf Green. That was what? Reduxes of the first gen? It's like all the words that come to my head are like the remakes. Like Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Was it Diamond and Pearl? Yes, it is. And I swear that I said it before I looked at the third Bruno's mention of what it was. Vector may not play any of the mainline games after White 2, but Vector keeps his finger on the pulse of Pokemon progression. Okay, Prism says, Alex, you're looking at Gen 4. Because this is Platinum, which is the yellow version of whatever I just said 30 seconds ago and now forget. JJ would love to make a Pokemon game. Ashura the Pokey, JJ has several ideas up his sleeve. Like what? Good graphics and a stable frame rate? JJ explains to Vector, Pokemon still takes place in an alternate version of our world. Regions still exist in real places, so Kanto is still in a country called Japan. Kalos is France. Yeah, and isn't there a New York City in one of the later gens? Which fully legitimizes America and Obama. Demropy says, chat loves the Pokemon talk. Alright, which Pokemon game am I going to stream, guys? We've talked about that possibility. I don't know if it would be a little boring, just kind of a grind with all the battles, but clearly there's no shortage of enthusiasm for the Pokies, so we'll have to find something to do on stream, even if it's not playing, just legit gameplay. Yeah, Prism says Unova is New York. At least Prism thinks so. Interesting, yeah, Vector was saying that from Gen 3 onward, Vector's impression is that they're very much trying to get rid of any real-world mentions. Hey, it's Wonder Woman who's saying, hey, I'm a fake Pokemon fan, I guess. Only ever played Pokemon Go. Hey, that's canon. Possibly. Maybe some of those old games when you were a kid, but I don't know, man. Wonder Woman really only remembers Zelda and Mario. Yeah, for me, it was Red, and I've probably mentioned this on stream before, that I would play the Pokemon trading card game, and was even a member of a canonical Pokemon League. That, the comic book guy from The Simpsons? You go to that type of store and there's tables to play Dungeons and Dragons. That was the site of the weekly Sunday battles. And it was official. It was official. Like, it was officially set up through, the Pokemon Company. Any gaming store like that could become a local branch of weekly battles and badges. It was pretty sick. It was... Yeah, Demropes figures that the Pokemon stream would be a grind. But yeah, JJ has plans, people. If JJ gets a reputation with the Sonic fan games, he can gather a team for good graphics. What JJ wants is an Octopath-looking Pokemon. JJ would love to introduce the glitch type. You're gonna center the game around Missing No? Sign me up. Bring me on to flesh out the lore like they brought on George I. Martin for Elden Ring's Hedgehog. Kyo says Elite Four. What do you mean, like, did that local branch of the Pokemon League have an Elite Four? That I'm not sure. But we had this little passport, and it was kind of like Boy Scout badges where you got a certain sticker for doing a battle, you got a certain sticker for winning a bat, and then there were certain rewards when you accumulated enough over time. JJ confirms he wants to flesh out Missing No, rebalance the type matchups, and write a cool story. Yeah, the story could be rated M for mature, since you don't need Miyamoto telling you what to do. Wonder Woman... was it your brother played the Pokemon trading card game? But your brother was none too pleased. What, you gave away his cards? Vector explains this. Generation 1 to 4 are literal regions. Gen 5 is New York, 6 France, 7 Hawaii, 8 Great Britain, shout out to the UK, and finally, Gen 9 is the Iberian Peninsula. I always get Liberia mixed in. Liberia is a country, right? Where Raiden is from. Liberia is in West Africa. However, the Iberian Peninsula is... okay, that's Spain and Portugal collectively. Wonder Woman confirms that the collection was given away. Yeah, Vector explains Spain is part of the Iberian Peninsula. Yeah, Wonder Woman says he has a lot of cards as well. You know, I may very well have my cards here. I kept them. That might be worth digging them up just for kicks. I never sold. I have no idea what they would be worth. EB's advice to JJ: all you gotta do is make sure the game doesn't get too popular, or Nintendo will strike you down. JJ says they'll be worth a fortune. I admit that I did do some like, I had my OG collection from back in the day. And then when I became a camp counselor, I did do some trading. So I was able to get some cards which are probably less valuable, but I was like... It was like the symbolic way that I could stay involved with Pokemon. Yeah, wow, JJ sold a lot of cards over the years. Wow, Prism is saying that Gen 3 and 4 were both going to be more mature. Oh, and this fact only leaked a few months ago and caused controversy. Despite the fact that, yeah, Nintendo realized this wasn't the way to go and they scrapped it over 20 years ago. So Nintendo instead put all the risque, controversial subject matter adult content in The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. You got your Pura pads, and you got Link and Zelda shacking up. They live in the same building, and there's only one bed for sleeping in there. Rated T for whatever. Is Tears of the Kingdom rated T? Tears of the Kingdom ESRB. They only got one bed. Alright, everyone 10 plus. They're subversively introducing Evlo's impression was that Zelda took Link's house and kicked him out. Rated T for Tears rates Kyo. Dem Rupees is amazed that there's really only one bed in their house. JJ wistfully recalls the wonderful Pura discourse from the other day. Come and get your Pura pad. Don't leave home without it. JJ says that this gym Wii's looking at is broken on the Switch remake. You probably just need to reboot your Switch. I'm just kidding. Rated T for tears. Tim Opie's wonders if Link has a man cave where he watches the Hylian, sorry I have to correct you, Super Bowl. Although, I feel like some games, maybe I noticed that in, what is it? In Hyrule Warriors, if memory serves me, some things, they use Hylian as the adjective, but for other things, it's Hyrulean. So they kind of, like, retroactively canonize both. Alright, so Eblo says Hylian is a race, Hyrulean is a demonym. Looks up demonym on Google. A noun used to denote the natives or inhabitants. So, Hyrulean doesn't mean that you're racially Hylian. It just means that, you know, you're an official citizen of Hyrule. Even if you are a Zora. You're like an immigrant. Yeah, Eblo explains, Hylian is people with pointy ears. Hyrulean is people from Hyrule. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Pointy ears. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, in Ocarina of Time, you go to the market, you go to Lon Lon Ranch. Are all those people Hylians? Yeah, so what Prism is saying is kind of what I was thinking at first. That Hylian is like the Native Americans, but Hyrulean are the modern Americans. Like if Azora moved to Hyrule. But yeah, Lorestream says nothing ever exists outside of Hyrule. Well, like, what's it called? You know, the Gerudos are not obviously Hylians. Wow. Third Bruno says, spoiler, Link is told he's a Hylian in that game. So I remembered that's Ocarina of Time. That was yeah, it's cool that you mentioned that, but what was I gonna say? Yeah. They just explicitly stated, you know, Link, you are Hylian. Okay, EB says there's other kingdoms. But they are still within Hyrule. So Hyrule encompasses Zora's Domain and the Gerudo Desert and all that. Yeah, Eblo says Gerudos are Hyruleans. But they're not Hylians because they have round ear. I'm not familiar with that expression. DM. Kyo's head is starting to spin. Nobody said Hylian lore was easy. Alright, Eblo says Hyrulean covers about 90% of all characters in the series. So who does it not cover? The Termanians? Yeah, EB says there's other continents though, like Termina. Yeah, are there theories that Termina is a fever dream or something? Prism has the fun fact that Pokemon Gen 2 was originally going to take place across the entirety of Japan. But later they decided it would just take place in the real-life Johto region. Eblo says that this Hyrulean umbrella doesn't include Termina, the Phantom Hourglass territory, and then the Twilight Realm. Like in Twilight Princess, you're in Hyrule, right? It just gets absorbed by Twilight? Does it technically become a different place when the goopy gloom is covering everything? Alright, Eblo says, in Twilight Princess, you're in Hyrule, except for Twilight Palace. Is that when you go into a portal? Or maybe I'm mixing that up with Skyward Sword. Lorestream says that probably Termina is up to interpretation, but Lorestream says it's some kind of Elseworld. Alright, yeah, Eblo says that Zant's homeworld is the Twilight Palace. Now, Eblo says Skyward Sword is another. Hyrule didn't exist yet, so nobody is... I'm surprised to hear that. Skyward Sword... I know that Skyward Sword, is first in the chronology. However, let me go to the Wikipedia page and look at the plot. Yeah, do they found Hyrule? An early element, this is like the development, I think. An early element was whether to incorporate the creation of Hyrule while also needing to explain the creation of Skylock. Yeah, they were having to deal with some plot contradictions. I don't know, this is a lot of details, but... Alright, so... Alright, yeah, now it's clicking. At the end of Skyward Sword, the whole, finale is that they get to the surface, and now they can walk around on the ground. And, colonize it. But yeah, just to clarify, when Lorestream said things don't exist out of Hyrule, Lorestream is referring to other continents, but Parallel Worlds is a whole different thing. And EB, I was just looking up, oh yeah, this Kirotox attribution. Sorry, Kiro. I should really say, sorry, Awesome Face Prod. But yeah, I was looking up the Wikipedia page to see the plot of Skyward Sword. And yeah, at the end they hit the ground and are like, let's make a Hyrule. And yeah, EB is not sure if Wind Waker's land is considered Hyrule or not. I'm pretty sure it is. It's just Hyrule plus water. But I don't know if they canonically call it that at the beginning. I think they do. I think they talk about... I forget. JJ recommends that I could maybe try Pokemon Scarlet as a goof one time. Is that one of the horrible modern gen games? Yeah, Demrupi says, it's unfortunate the Zelda writers didn't take better care of the lore. Eblo thinks conceptualizing the timeline was a big mistake. Nice, Gordon Freeman has a Zelda timeline book. I do have a Hyrule Historia, but I don't know if they came out with a newer version of it. I think mine, the Hyrule Historia I got was right when Skyward Sword came out, and it has a disproportionate amount. Is that Balatro? It has a disproportionate amount of Skyward Sword stuff, but I was fine with that because I was pretty hyped for Skyward Sword. Yeah, but EB says EB's take on the timeline is it works fine. So I actually had an on-screen bit that I didn't get to. That was because they just the other day announced where Echoes of Wisdom happens in the timeline. But Wonder Woman is taken off. Thanks for the good stream wishes. And Wonder Woman also wanted to know who won the race. Yeah, JJ won the competition, and each time he died, he forfeited me 40 bits. So thank you again, JJ. And bravo for defeating me. That's exactly the Historia Gordon Freeman has. EB says the only thing that ever changed was the downfall timeline, but everything else has been consistent since the 80s. Vector Sater gets the impression that most Japanese developers of the time simply didn't care enough about lore building to keep consistent with institutional knowledge. Like every new game is an opportunity for a new person to create their own interpretation of the series, and they basically cherry-pick what they want to keep in their vision. Sort of like comic book writers of the time. Eblo certifies it's time to complain about Ian Flynn. There was that time he got me hyped up for the Sonic Central, and it was just a still shot of Knuckles standing at his emerald. Knowing Smile? Knowing Jack. EB says it's the narrative that's a mess because fans lost their mind over the official timeline coming out, and now people have flip-flopped to appreciation. JJ can't believe people have to pay money to ask Ian a question. Why, he'll only be guaranteed to read super chats? And yeah, I think it was EB that said, yeah, maybe it's worth checking out the video. Oh yeah, did that just come out the other day? That video, does the Zelda timeline matter? And then, oh, the thumbnail says, yes. EB confirms it was Zeltix. One of my favorite content moments in the history of Hylian content was when they did the first, like, real legit reveal of the building mechanics in Tears of the Kingdom. And the sound of his voice was so, like, you know, not sure what to make of it. Yeah, the game's gonna have new locations, more nuanced weapons, and cause. Like he said it in that very stately, elegant cause. And it cuts to a shot of Link driving a wicked wide car. Oh my god. Alright, Lorestream says you're not required to throw Ian Gage. It's just that you skip to the head of the line if you do. Your question will be answered eventually if you ask for free. So he would sit there for 5 hours to get through all of the free chats. JJ is wondering if it's true that Sega have declared Ian's comics non-canon. And EB clarifies, nah man, there's plenty of interviews that the developers knew what they were doing back in the day. And there's plenty of comments that they started taking better care of the timeline placement starting Ocarina. If there was ever a time to start taking it seriously, it's Ocarina's deal. Eblo's part of the Zelda timeline that got Eblo the most was when they introduced midichlorians. It was a tremendously confusing change in lore for Eblo's money. I am gonna go ahead and Google that word. Is that a Star Wars bit? It was a Star Wars bit. I should have known. Eblo is entertained by my lack of midichlorian lore knowledge. EB says it's been well known. There's a lot of dissenting opinions because people hated the timeline in the 2010s. It's like Metroid, where if you pay attention, you'll see it's very consistent starting with the first titles. Yeah, Metroid Other M has entered the chat. My golden rule, even though this will trigger some people, so I'm going to say it to be provocative. If there's any conflict about, what's going on in the Metroid series, is there any contradictions? Number one starting point to clear out the cobwebs is Other M is fully canonical, and you have to build all of your theories and interconnected understandings around Other M. Yeah. Sick bass line. This is the Balatro music. JJ says Metroid was a mess until Federation Force tried to add an official date. But EB disagrees because, dude, EB is up to Fusion Run now, and it's all concise. EB can't speak on Prime, though. Eblo has the TLDR. The original trilogy made the Force out to be some mysterious natural part of the universe, almost like a religion. And then the prequels said, nah, it's space bacteria. I didn't know that about the prequel series, that they canonically changed the mechanics of the Force. Because I think, what is it? Ashoka Yelite. Also, they started calling it something else. Something else that shall not be named. Now, Eblo says Other M's suit lord doesn't agree with Fusion. Doesn't agree with Fusion, you say? Whatever do you mean? Other M takes place before Fusion, after Super. So after Other M, then she goes to do Fusion, and that's when she gets the updated look. This is such a great Balatro song, this. Now, JJ says Other M contradicts many games. Well, aside from contradicting Prime games, what else does it contradict? Alright, Eblo is talking about how the suit deactivates when Samus is incapacitated. In Fusion, it doesn't. What do you mean by that? The suit deactivates? Because her DNA changed at the beginning of Fusion. So that explains that. Yeah, like in Other M, her suit will it deteriorates. I vaguely remember the scene. Alright, EB says they didn't have the Zero Suit in Fusion. Okay, is the Zero Suit in Other M? I know the game came out much later, so that would make sense. Alright, yeah, it is an Other M. Alright, yeah, so Now, JJ says the Zero Suit was kind of retconned into the series. Right, because Metroid Zero Mission would have you believe that she's had it all along, but we don't see anything like that in Super. However, even if we look past that, the fact that the Zero Suit is not in Fusion, I think, is explained directly by the DNA change at the beginning of Fusion. Wow, EB says there's a blue suit in Super, which it's based on. Do you have to, is that like a cheat code or something? Blue suit? Is that a bonus you get for beating the game in a certain time? EB says, when you die, manual ending screen. Wait, every time you die? I thought you see Samus in mostly birthday suit nearly when you die in Super Metroid. Wow, JJ thinks the Zero Suit first appeared actually in Prime 2. Really? It wasn't Zero Mission? Eblo says they should reintroduce the birthday suit to Metroid. With the direction the Zelda series is going. Alright, EB says, you see it for a frame or two. Am I going to have to do a frame-by-frame evidence review right now before I play Freedom Planet Final Boss? Yes. I would bet you $5 robust that there's a video on YouTube entitled, with some version of the title, Evolution of Samus Deaths. Samus Game Over. There it is. Evolution of Samus Deaths and Game Over screens in Metroid games. 1986 to 2021. Alright, here's the window. Ready? Alright, so rewind. Alright, so there's a girl. She's like white tinted, and I'm hitting the frame forward button. She's blinking. She only blunk once. I assure you I'm hitting frame forward. Oh, see, I promised. Oh. No, that's just... Where's the blue, EV? Oh, well, she hasn't even burst. Yeah, she's going to burst now. How are there this many in-between frames with no content? Yeah, that's what we call skin. Yeah, JJ says Zero Mission came out 8 months before Prime 2. EB wonders if Samus should have gone into her Zero suit at the beginning of Prime. I guess Zero Mission wasn't out yet, right? But they could have put that in remastered. So this blue suit, EB, were you thinking of Fusion, my guy? She got a suit on, but blue suit, you said? Oh, like, what's that, the clothes she's wearing? The minimal clothes that she has? Alright, EB says it's blue in the manual. That's not what you said, EB. You said it was when you die and the ending screen? I don't know about this, EB. Alright, Vector says that's the skin suit Samus outfit. EB says you just meant an undersuit was what inspired the Zero suit. Alright, you did say there's a blue suit in Super which it's based on. I didn't see any blue though. So with that in mind, I'm going to plug in my Switch. Watch this evolution of deaths while I plug in my Switch. Alright, EB got the color wrong. No problem, my man. Just want to make sure my sanity was not eroding. But yes, EB is classifying it as the proto suit. I only saw skin, but I'll ask my Metroid professor next semester. Fusion is a cool game, man. The memories. Who could forget? JJ was there, and others were here for... Yeah, now that's what we call a blue suit. And this, could that have been what you were thinking of? This was what, 2002? So that might have informed the... Yeah, EB says that the black suit. I'll look at it again at some point. But I think I've stretched the audience past the suit analysis breaking point. We are... What's it called? We are closing in on Sonic's arms level of detail. And I'm just saying that to as a goof. But... Yeah, EB started Prime as well. Bye, Samus. Eblo confirms Sonic's arms are blue in the movies. Switch. Let's play Freedom Planet for the Nintendo Genesis. I'll get rid of the overlay. Now, isn't this convenient, Kyo? I'm right here at the final boss, ready to go. Just got to get overlay off. Cool. Here we are. So, I may have done some off-stream recon. I didn't look up any guides, but I did find what I believe to be a pretty good strategy. All right, EB, we'll talk about it during cart. Vector Satyr has the good luck commendations. Yeah, I figured out a very useful kind of strat. I'm gonna die in this opening bit. Sorry, that was too loud.
I'll never forgive you.
I have no use for forgiveness.
We got this
especially from
disco
someone
dance
who's
room
my
for the
own
final
enemy.
showdown.
I offer you one final chance. Leave. So be it.
Yeah, Vector says, and I totally believe it, trying to beat him on hard was quite the challenge. Now, if you can get him stuck here, he's just sitting duck. Especially if he does more than one round of that thing by the wall. I lost a lot of health on the way. Is Kyo still here and awake? I know it's getting late. Half the reason for doing this was so that Kyo could see. Kyo not on Twitch, says Evlo. Interesting. Vector says, if he recalls correctly, the other difficulties were retuned, but not hard mode. Is that kind of like the primary way? Yeah, when... Oh, and if someone wants to update the stream category, you can do that. I can certainly do it. Amarian certifies the death. Jumps back down to the missiles. I'm getting wrecked. Worse than CD Projekt. I misread him. I can update it. Yeah, and if Keo fell asleep, hey, there's always the VOD. At least you will see me, get the canonical gamer cred that is due, beating this final boss. If I do it. It's not a guarantee. Oh god. Alright, this is only phase 1. No excuses. Hit me up there. Can you imagine what this is like on hard mode? I could probably do it. An easy feat. Alright, yeah, Vector recommends going up to the ceiling when the ship launches across the screen. And I'm pretty sure I can hit him while he's charging like that. Vector says, the safe spots for this boss are not all that intuitive. Yeah, I feel like when he does the the blue attack, that I ought to kind of go under him. I was asking for that.
I won't give up.
No giving up. Yeah, Elmarian says, whoops, it looks like Knuckles' super boss with the Master Emerald. Yeah, he's kind of got like, well, the fire coming out, the jetpack streaks coming out of the back are kind of. Yeah, Elmarian wonders the exact name. Super Mecha Sonic? Yeah, so going under him seems to be good for his blue laser. Are these purple clouds like more realistic than anything in the game up to this point? Yeah, Super Mecha Sonic is such a cool, menacing boss. I don't feel like I have a good way of figuring out how to dodge him, you know? That's one way to do it. Yeah, I'm like guessing what he's gonna do. And I shouldn't be guessing. Guesses. Wow. No health left. Got the KO with the dash. Alright, final phase. Yeah, Elmarian used to get scared by that Super Mecha Sonic. When he steps on the Emerald and goes full Goku mode, you knew he was screwed. It's so scary because he's like laughing and he seems so like calm and like, yeah, this is right, I'm about to kick your ass, Sonic. Final phase, says Vector. Okay.
I'd like to see you.
Now, what you saw me do is not my strategy. I don't support it. So then with this, he is very vulnerable when he resurfaces that. I kind of messed it up. But you can get a lot of damage in when he reapparates. Yeah, so that, I don't quite know how to dodge that, but... Yeah, so he has that very dangerous slash. But if I am spinning in the air when he hits me with it, he will throw me away across the room, but I won't take damage. Yeah, so when he finishes that green tunnel mode, he's very vulnerable. Yeah, so when he comes back out of the ground, that's the time to do an uppercut. And that should have been an uppercut, honestly. He got me though. Watch, he's gonna be right where I am, doing that uppercut. Yeah, what? Alright, Vector's strategy for this fight. Run laps around the arena. Jump when you're about to pass him. And then spam Dragon Rush. That's the dash. So that's kind of a rote procedural way to do it. And it probably takes a while. Yeah, and then anticipating his attack, when you hear him say, yeah, sometimes that actually does give you enough of a reaction time to get where you need to get. Ready? Uppercut. Maybe I need to be a little bit higher to avoid his slash. JJ strat, do it on easy. Vector says it actually doesn't take as long as you'd think. It avoids most of his moveset. And he'll even...
I won't give up.
he'll help you by throwing you against the wall at speed. Yeah, it is very fast when he throws you. Yeah, I don't know why I tried to do that. I couldn't resist. But let me just... No, I want to do this right. Because I have admittedly gotten that. You can get an opening hit in. I don't know how I did it. Wow, JJ had to switch to easy mode on Halo. This is Halo 1 Anniversary Edition. You know, in the Master Chief Collection. So you can't do what I was just doing, which is you see me jumping into the air and spinning like proactively. That will screw you if he shoots that blue fire shot. Not learning from my errors. Yeah, Vector says, don't forget that I have Dragon Rush. Might do more damage than the uppercut. Alright, that's... Wow, then maybe I should, use the Dragon Rush when he pops out of the ground. Wow, Elmarion did all the Platinum Relic challenges for Crash Insane Trilogy and Racing. Elmarion feels like he's up for beating this boss. I honestly don't think this boss is that hard. I'm playing very poorly right now. But I was able to get into a really good groove last night. Doesn't use Dragon Rush. Yeah, Vector says that the Dragon Rush does not help you from his grab. Me going down fast. Alright, how did I get good at this last night? All I was doing was... Yeah, so... Jumping and spinning in the air is helpful. That's a good move to do. Takes the slash. Yeah, that did do a lot of damage. Oh yeah, and then as Gordon says, yeah, we can look at the Steam gift as long as it's appropriate for general audiences. that can be the good night moment of today's broadcast. EB Boy wonders if it's harder than Dark Souls. And JJ says Dark Souls is fair, not hard. Certainly the Capra Demon is fair. It is. I can beat him no problem these days. I figured out his deal. But yeah, JJ says this game, you think this boss in gameplay is BS? No, I can take some responsibility for all these deaths. And then I think maybe those bombs don't even hurt me. Do they just knock me to the side? Elmarian agrees. The yell is the slash. I got rambunctious. And then that's a thing that can happen. If you attack at the right set, it's almost like you counter it. You don't take damage, but you do damage him. Yeah, Vector says his patterns are very predictable. He just does ridiculous damage. That was foolish. I wanted to see if those bombs will actually damage me or not. So then, yeah, if I can get next to him when he throws the bombs, doing that uppercut is useful.
I won't give up. Let's go.
Yeah, I know this boss can seem overwhelming and cheap, but it's... I could even imagine beating this on hard mode. I'm just not being disciplined enough. And then why did that... Is it too low? Okay, Vector says that, yeah, those bomb shockwaves do actually hurt you. Now, did I block that attack? I'm like doing recon with the downward move. I think that does block it. I don't know if it deals damage to him, though. Alright, let me play this in no recon, no experimentation. Just do what I did last night. It's almost like an anticlimax. Oh, yes, but as Elmarian saw, one slash takes 3 full leaves. Yeah, so it's really just about... Once you know how to reliably get away from that, it's really not that hard. All right, and Vector has... Oh, and EB's taken off. See you later, man. Always a great time. EB Boy certifies the W. So does Elmarian and Vector. I just unlocked something. I wonder if that's for the whole game or just for this file. I don't know. I dedicate this victory to Kyo. Thanks for keeping me motivated to tackle this. I would absolutely play this on hard mode. Maybe not, stream every level, but... Okay, Vector said that was an achievement for beating the boss with an uppercut. So just getting the final hit with the uppercut is the achievement? That's cool, if so.
She's alive!
Oh, Celeste, call forward.
You weren't yourself.
Oh, right, because she warped into a psychotic jumbo dog.
It's okay. I couldn't save it. I couldn't even stop him from getting away.
Sponsored by DeviantArt.
Beat yourself up. Brevin didn't get the stone, and his army was destroyed with his ship. Thanks to you, our mission...
But at
Did
what
Brevin
cost?
die, though?
How are we going to survive without any more energy?
Lilac, you might want to look up.
Jesse, let's make our own battery. Whoa, good graphics.
It's not it must have changed form.
Yeah, wow, Vector says if you play adventure mode as Mila, you skip her boss fight entirely. That's good that she doesn't have to fight a phantom, mutated version of her own ass self. Why is that arrow in the Roman column? Is that a detail I'm supposed to notice and analyze in YouTube content?
We now realize that the Kingdom Stone was never fading, but changing in ways that were transparent.
This is some deep lore, guys.
Power and prestige. The wind carries
The Last
its
Supper.
eternal glow to the furthest reaches of our lands, and former enemies extend their hands to one another, acknowledging the error of their ways.
Oh, everyone's
Creatures,
like
both mutant and metal, still ravage the landscape.
they
and it will be
reconciled
some
their
time before we
differences
can
with the
dispose of them once and for all.
antagonists outside of
Perhaps
Brevon.
most troubling of all is that Lord Brevin, the
Uh-oh,
monster
nowhere to
who
be
threw our
found.
world into
That doesn't
chaos,
outright say that he
is
died.
nowhere to be found. There is still much work to be done. We are not completely
Temporarily,
out
says
of
Vector.
reach.
Oh, he'll be
My
back, baby.
people and I will rest easy tonight, knowing
Tonight.
that the bravery and sacrifice of a select few have
The
given
three
our
characters
world
you play as.
another chance.
Quality writer, says Elmarian. This is bordering on Shakespeare.
I never got to properly thank you all for helping me.
Hey, we're buds.
Can you
That's
play
what
as
buddies
Torque?
do.
Well,
Can you play as
on behalf of
anyone
the
other
coalition
than
of
the main
planets,
three?
You have our sincerest gratitude.
Probably not, right?
Come here,
I
you.
think there's only a fourth in the sequel.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Vector
So,
was
I
saying
guess this is it,
temporarily
huh?
that temporarily is that the kingdom's getting along.
I'm gonna miss you. Me too.
Well, who knows? I could be coming back sooner than you think.
Carol was here.
See you around, spaceman.
Goodbye, Torque. Bye, Torque.
See you soon.
Wow, Vector says that there were Kickstarter goals to play as Torque and Spade, but they ran out of money and couldn't keep their obligation. Lord Brevon. Wow, so they actually did raise enough to hit those stretch goals, but then they just ran out of money. That's allowed. Never encouraged, but I believe that that's, always...
Thanks for playing. You're the coolest.
That's always canonically, you can't sue them if they don't deliver a certain thing. And I guess Freedom Planet 2, they didn't even need to do a Kickstarter. There's Mila. Anyone know any of these voice actor names? Or are they just people who were already in the building at Galaxy Trail emptying the trash? I'm just kidding about that, guys. Because I have GoldenEye on the mind. Shout out to Leela Wilson, aka Woofle. Yeah, Vector says, yeah, they didn't do a Kickstarter. It's just that it took them 7 years to make it. Woof. I have to hope that Freedom Planet 2 sold well, because I think the first game sold solidly. Let's see, Freedom Planet 2 sales. Did they go the way of the Evening Star? Well, I did find a Steam player count for Freedom Planet 2 is currently at 9 live players. Is there some kind of, Yeah, I don't see any, solid sales reports. Would Nintendo get a special thanks? Wow, Sonic Retro? Valve? On the kitchen sink. Vector hopes so too, as Freedom Planet 2 addresses a lot of what you felt wrong with the original. And this is kind of cool that it shows all your stats from each level at the end of the playthrough. Sonic games could benefit from this. Wow, it's a new version of this with more harmonized melodies. I like that. Now Marian's vibing with Sonic Retro in the credits. Hell yeah. But yeah, GoldenEye, they needed faces for like enemies and stuff. So they just asked people who worked at Rareware to, want to be in the game, we'll scan your face. And that was even, custodians, people emptying in the trash. They got immortalized in one of the most keystone, capstone accomplishments in all of gaming. GoldenEye 64. Good night, everybody. Nah, but seriously, this is the end of the stream. What happens if I hit continue? Will I get a New Game Plus perk? Is there any kind of... Excuse me. Difficulty preset to hard? There's no way I'd beat... I'm pretty sure I said it. Wait, was I? Vector saying I was on hard the whole time. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, could it have been? Well, I can find out for certain by rewinding the VOD. Dude, if I actually did beat Brevon on hard mode... JJ owes me like 10 bits. I'm just kidding. Oh, you know what? I can't look back to prove it because 1 bit from JJ, hell yeah. Yeah. It's possible that I did it on hard, but I would have thought that if it was on hard, I would have lost more with each swipe. That slash attack does, as Elmari noticed, 3 damage. But it's got me thinking, maybe I did just beat it on hard, I don't know. Yeah, because I think it defaults to hard every time you open the game. So you have to set it to normal manually each time you open the file. Vector says, I did lose 83 lives in the whole playthrough. Yeah, but, well, it's a moot point, because we'll never know. I don't know if it showing hard definitely means that it was on hard the whole time. It's a very real possibility. I'll have to do recon. What's in the gallery? Oh, are these, oh, I get to open each of these, like, things that I found? Okay, so it's music. What's this? Is it all, is there any other types? Art. Oh, this is cool. Very cool. Brev and Yo Hizzle. Vector's favorite? Relic Maze 1. Bye-bye. Maybe there's none of these cards in Final Dreadnought. Well, yeah, guys. I'm gonna say goodnight now. And sorry, Prism, that I kind of missed the last few messages when we were talking about Pokemon before. But yeah. Let me make sure I catch up the stream so I don't miss any chats on the YouTube side. But yeah, this was a lot of fun, everybody. Thanks for hanging out for this finale. Shout out to Keo, who I'm sure will watch this VOD. I mean, Keo might be right in front of the screen. Keo might have been right there, sleeping. But nonetheless, my gameplay of beating the final boss was right there, right by Keo. You never know. But yeah, Vector Sader, have a great night. JJ, thank you so much for all the bits today and for putting on a impressive gameplay performance. Dude, JJ made an amazing discovery today, which is that you can bait that final boss into a more vertical swoop. I'm going to be telling Saba about that. But yeah, have a good night, JJ. Gordon Freeman, see you later. Third Bruno, see you Saturday. And of course, Gaming Hangout is tomorrow. So I'll see anyone who joins us for that. I'm going to kick back and do a couple more hours of music theory video work. I got some great stuff today, guys. I'm at the 2-minute mark where I'm able to sit there and watch 2 minutes of video. And my God, is just the first 2 minutes action king packed. It's going to be great. Shouldn't say too much, though. Alright, JJ is going to be on a train tomorrow, so no gaming hangout this week. So I'm sure I'll talk to you in, by Saturday or some other opportunity. But yeah, if you're riding a train to a place with CEX, yeah, it's funny, you said, oh, I feel pressure to get more hardware pickups, but it was very fun to showcase that stuff. Right? It's one thing to get, Genesis games, GameCube, but Master System, OG games, like Sonic Chaos on Master System, JJ has a collection on par, nay, exceeding whatever the hell Indiana Jones was able to find. This has been Alex Yard, 91.6 WAYZ AM FM Pirate Radio, just like in Jet Set Radio. Thanks everyone who tuned in, those who are in chat, those who are listening and watching in, the rest of the audience, thanks so much. I see you, metaphorically, and I appreciate you. So I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe you'll join me and Gordon Freeman, Sister 4, for some FPS action. You never know. But yeah, Gordon Freeman, because JJ's not going to be there tomorrow, that gives you a little bit more flexibility on what game to pick. But we shall see. Oh, I almost forgot about the... end the stream with the Steam gift. I almost forgot. Gordon Freeman says, cool. Just like they say in Knuckles Chaotix. Alright, I'm opening Steam. Steam window. Alright, there's my Steam. Just make it a little bit bigger. Alright. Now you see that little bell is wiggling with excitement. See that? There's Gordon Freeman that's ringing my bell. You received a gift from Serious Sam. Could it be something else in the Serious Sam series? Or Postal? Or Pokemon Platinum? The Steam version. It's time to click now. Psychonauts. Way cool. Wow, so this is, yeah, we had the Psychonauts 2 request the other day. Very cool. Thank you so much, Sam. I could maybe even stream this. Very cool. Let me go ahead and accept the gift and see how it feels to have it in my library. Ready for this? I always love the custom artwork when you click on it. So let's get that. And there it is. Psychonauts. Way cool. Thanks so very much, Sam. This will be a hoot. What a cool surprise. But not totally out of left field. Because we had the Psychonauts 2 request. Way cool. Thanks, Sam. Gordon. Gordon Freeman. Cool beans. Gordon Freeman approves. Sweet. Well, with that delightful surprise at the end, I'm going to say goodnight now. Thanks again, everybody, for being cool peeps, sharing good vibes.